Hello, Sunbeams 3. We are on to week 11, so we will start. We're going to say it's COVID season. Okay, let's peek. When the sun peeks from behind the clouds, the sunbeams sing and play. We will be together when it's COVID season. It is our music day. Then we'll see who's joining in the fun. Clap your hands and tap your toes. Keep time with everyone. When we join our hands and circle round, the sunbeams bring a smile. We will be together in our class and happy all the while. Then we'll see who's joining us today. Hello, Sunbeams, hello, Sunbeams, we're all here to play. Okay, right hand, we'll say hello to everyone. Hello, everyone. Let's do our scale. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, so, fa, mi, re, do. Okay, so G major scale. We are moving forward and back down. Okay, we are doing solid in both hands and broken in both hands. All right, so focus this week is festival piece, Christmas Carol. We have a group Zoom class next week, so be prepared to do a performance of your Christmas Carol. So it should be memorized by next week. We are not going to do a full bow. When we're done, we're going to and a head bow, and we are done. Okay. And then composition. We'll work with Christmas Carol, composition, and festival piece while we meet individually. And just composition, we've got time, but let's keep doing a little bit every week so that we don't suddenly have a whole bunch of it to do. The Christmas Carol is the first thing we need. And your festival piece masterclass is a week earlier than we thought it was going to be. It's going to be that last weekend in January again. So make sure that we are well prepared going into December, that we can, get going with this piece, and it's not going to be a huge push in January. All right, so fun piece to start on, just to work on notes and work on our chords, is Home on the Range on K22. So we're in the key of G major. We have a 3/4 time signature. We're starting on a 3 count. We have the bottom two notes of our chord and then a full chord. We have the bottom two notes of our 4 chord, and then we have C here, and our top note is E. And then we go back to the full 1 chord, and we have a 5/7 chord here that is tied across. So remember, a tied note goes from the same note to the same note, and it looks like a slur going across here. So a slur or a phrase will go from one note to a different note. This goes from the exact same note to the exact same note, and you hold it across. So this would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and then you'd lift. And the same thing with our 5/7 chord in the left hand. Okay, so I want you to do the first 2 lines of this. We're eventually going to play the whole piece, but we're kind of going to do it in sections. So first 2 lines, I think it should come together. Watch fingering, that you're using finger 1 here and finger 3 here, and 2 on your F sharp here and 3 here. Okay, so at least get some of that one going. And for homework, our first page is page 17, and we're looking at note slots this week. So find 2 places for each note and use a whole note. So you've got to put 2 A's, 2 E's, 2 F's. Okay. Then next page over on page 18, it says, spell these words by naming the notes. Use capital letters, and we always use capital letters for note names. Then on page 20, we're going to time our page. So write a big note that you're going to time page 20, and let's see how fast we can go through and name the notes. Okay, page 44, we are making corrections. So it says, Sally tried really hard to write some 4/4 rhythms. You be her teacher and mark her work correct or wrong. Correct any mistakes you find. Okay, so you need to put the counting in. 1 and 2 and 3 and, we're missing beat 4. So you need to put 4 and in there. And you can't have 3 of the same kind of rest in a row. So this has to be a note, or you cross this out and put this as a half rest. Okay, so write in the counting. This one down here is a little tricky. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, we need an and. So you need an individual 8th note, and it's going to have the flag going to the right. So it looks like this. Okay? Otherwise, write in the counting. That should be quite nice and doable. And page 53, just reminding us what our beat pattern is. For 4/4, strong, weak, medium, weak. 3/4, strong, weak, weak. And 2/4, strong, weak. Okay, so that should be a decent week for your theory. And then on page 20, we're going to look at which hand has the melody. The melody is the part that we would sing. Okay, so if we hear, that would be Mary had a little lamb. So if you hear this, was it my right hand or my left hand that had the melody? And then if you hear this, was it right hand or left hand? Okay, this one. Right hand or left hand? Number 4. Number 5. And number 6. So you need to hear, was the chord in the right hand or in the left hand? And the part that you would sing, the Mary had a little lamb, that is the melody part, okay? When we play on the piano, we don't want to go. We want that left hand to be more quiet, or the part that does not have the melody. We want the melody to be louder than the accompanying chord. Okay, it's like a singer with a band. We don't want the band to be so loud that we can't hear what the singer is singing. Okay, and we're going to be working at balancing those hands as we move into working on our festival pieces. Then on E16, you can read about a superstar who was told he would never actually be very good at playing the piano, but he made a lot of money, had a lot of fun, and performed lots in public. So you can read about Ignacy. And then on E17, we have Allegretto, which is moderately fast. It's not as fast as Allegro, but it's still fairly quick. And 3/4 time going through here. So it's got a few interesting things. You start here, you go through to here, then you go back to here because we have a backwards repeat sign. You go through until you come to number 1. We've already played number 1. So we jump right down to number 2. So you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Go back to bar 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and jump to the last 2 bars where it's got your second ending. It's a little tricky, so have a look at this. Make sure you understand it, okay? And use your castanet. You've got your dotted quarter with an 8, so 1 and 2 and 3 and going through there. All right? So I think that should give you lots to work on this week. So next week is a group Zoom class. Be prepared to play your Christmas Carol, and we will say goodbye. So long, farewell, our music class is over. We sang a bit and played a bit, and now it's time to study it. Have a safe week, you guys.